they had that same issue.
To that extent, 100 ping?
Yeah. Xantaris would talk about how he had to learn how to play just two completely different play styles.
Yeah.
For 120 ping.
Hopefully it's not as bad as like Street Fighter players, you know, who play online and can't hit their links when they go to local tournaments. G2 moving into the B bomb site with 2 players sent in ahead of the bomb. But the bomb will continue, and not seeing the bomb straight away may have a delay in the rotation, but everybody's rotating into gunfire, and it's not really working out for them. But maybe Mo can change his fortune, running out of bullets, down to Drenny's gone, and there is a pistol for G2.
I feel like this is a map where you could see a similar result to Cash, because it's quite similar. Like, imagine if Apex and Kenny get off to like a really fast pace in this game, and they've already got they've already won the pistol, so they had a good start on the T side. I'm afraid for Gambit that maybe they're going to be on that CT side. Their economy sucks. It's going to take a while to get some buy rounds, and that G2 are just going to get some crazy momentum here, because we saw that last map.
Yeah, I think that on T side, I like how many individual options you have on T side to get really crazy.
I really like mids on this map. I like this map a lot. I really do.
I do too.
I think it might be I think it's my favorite map to play.
Me too.
Generally speaking.
It's now the oldest map to have not been remade.
I like playing it, but I am not as good as I want to be. Not nearly as good as I want to be on it, but I'm learning from people like Stewie2K. I recently put a video out, well, this morning, of his Playground Mirage on Connector. Yeah. It's really cool, and he taught me a really interesting angle post-plant when there's like 1 T left, and he's in default. You can get an angle standing on the bench.
Yeah, I didn't realize that for some reason.
Yeah, I had no idea. I should have added a third-person perspective of Hiko's angle just to show if he was standing or crouching, which I assume he was standing. But yeah, that's on the YouTubes.
Yeah, that was really cool. It's one of those things. There's so many things where like you play around this bomb site, and you've done so many 1vx's so many times, and then you see something like that, and you're like, that's so obvious. I do that in other spots of the map for that same reason. Why have I never thought to do it there? So it's fun. So it's a fun one.
The flash off of triple box was cool as well. So if somebody is facing from behind default or something, at least you can get a flash in their direction. So I did like that as well.
It's very cool as well when you're attacking into a position in that kind of a scenario, as you're talking about Stewie there. But for those of you who aren't familiar with the reference, just when you're in like a 1vx, just the ability to use utility to create pressure, like create this consistent pressure, like a flash going off, you getting position, you pressuring one angle with your gun, taking a new angle, another flash goes off, like just constant pressure creates this series of reactive positions for the other person where you're in control, and that's like people who know how to use utility well, you know, that's really awesome to see.
Gambit don't have much to offer, much to do in this round. Get a USP as I want to go. This is becoming more of... Oh, yes! They can't escape in time.
Oh,
what?
It was bad
come
made.
on, man.
Oh my god. Did he not know he
I'm
would
so
die?
disappointed. That is... What?
Why?
I can't. I just can't.
It could have, like, killed someone even.
I wonder how many shots even registered there for Mixwell. Because they don't have Kevlar, right? So he could have killed him like 2 shots. I don't know, but honestly, I'm not happy with this with the 5.7.
The only thing that I think you're less happy with is this bamboo keyboard.
The keycaps. The keyboard is like I can deal with it, but I need to get DSA keycaps on there. I can't be doing with these.
Well, how are they being transported to you?
I don't know if they're even in the post.
Oh.
They're supposed to be shipped last month. That's the whole point.
Have you called the company?
No, but well, I sent them a private message on Facebook and he did not reply. And meanwhile, they sent me 2. I don't know if they even have a website. They must have a website. Yeah, but it's like the contacts. I think California. I'm not sure.
All right, let's go down there.
Actually, I have no idea.
Let's just rattle some cages.
But it's funny. There's another company called Originative Co. And they're based in California. They had a rooftop party and they invited me, but it was like the day after we flew back last season. Keycat party would have been fun. In the face, baby. That's a crushing way to kick things off on your first buy round.
That's pretty glorious, yeah.
And one of those had to be a headshot, or the other guy wouldn't have died, I don't think. The guy in the back had to be a headshot. Something like that, right?
Don't know.
200 HP players. Or I guess sometimes maybe it hits the leg of the guy behind him.
Okay, well, recovery time. Kenny, yes. Just barely not holding the angle long enough, but at least he doesn't die for that. But at the same time, what the hell do they do? Those, yeah. You have to suspect that this could be the case, but it's very difficult because do you look right, do you look left? Could be either position. This time, Dozier wanted to be on top of the stove. The stove was pretty unclean in the first place, so that's fine.
Yeah, next time, might be on the couch. Might be on the stove again. It's total 50-50.
The counter-terrorists have won. You know, when I was in Azerbaijan, I wanted to get a boat across the Caspian Sea to Uzbekistan, which is on the other side. But back in those regions, the boat literally doesn't leave until the boat is full, no matter what day that is. So there's no guarantee that you can come back to make your flights, because the boat won't leave until the boat's full. So it's crazy. It's awesome.
It's like a Groupon.
But it's like you need to plan for that kind of madness. Yeah. You need those open tickets one day.
So they guarantee they make money.
Yeah.
That's how that boat works. I don't leave until I make money.
It is cool. Different worlds, but I like it. Man, Azerbaijan was hype.
I feel like in America people would get very mad about that. But over there,
it's the way of life.
Why wouldn't you do it like this? Why would you leave without making money?
Yeah. Right. That's great. Lovely cultural differences. That is the... Oh, nice response. The smoke to take connector. Commonly, you'll see CTs put a smoke on the other end to make it harder to do. But also, you can creep around a jungle position. Nice pre-fire from Apex. I'm surprised C's didn't respond, but maybe he didn't realize he was so deep. An exchange of gunfire and Gambit lost the player. 40 seconds remaining. That's a huge frag on the B bomb site.
Oh no, reset is coming in for Gambit. They haven't been able to secure any economy really, and the worst has happened.
Your
5 players survive too.
Your B player is just sacred. It's just so hard to retake B, and if he dies, it's like, oh.
It's like
whole can of worms.
When I forget exactly who they were playing against, but we had SK with Stewie, and Stewie pressures B apps a lot as T on the T side. And I think it was Complexity, or it was, I forget which team it was, but anyway, Stewie was just massively bullying the B player consistently, and you could, it created such an insanely huge issue that the CTs had to compensate for it, because otherwise, you can't play too scared. You can't let him go too far, because if you do get too scared, then he gains too much ground, and it's like so impactful. So you have to do some kind of a push. You gotta create some kind of situation which is gonna punish him somehow. And so it just became such a, the game became defined around that, around Stewie's aggression. So there's a lot of nuance to being that player. So it's an interesting thing to look at.
Yeah, so when you can do it by yourself, there's not even like, oh, we can't just push the other side of the map, because they could just still have a regular default and still be fully ready for A main or Palace, A ramp, mid, 3 people at mid, everything like that. So you really have to find a way to deal with it without making it obvious that you're dealing with it, otherwise the team will abuse that against you.
Very true, very true. GT finishing off the anti-eco on the B-bomb side. MBK will keep players on the A side because he's a good guy. He's a great guy.
Ooh, the bait. The CT player, I think, fired one shot of the P250, and that was enough to get a kill on the A side, but the push is coming in towards the B-bomb site. Helbit running out of bullets, running out of time, running out of chance, but Adrenaline's here with that infamous P250. Down to the one-on-one now. Kenny, has he made the right play? He has! A 5 HP seized. Overkill with the AWP, the round for G2.
Get some money as well. For those of you that don't know, you get money after you win the round for planting. $300. It's lovely. It's an extra smoke grenade. Or a helmet.
You get that money whenever you plant, FYI.
Well, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. But sometimes people forget after the round and you have a chance.
Does everybody get a bonus if you plant before the round is finished?
Oh, just everybody. No. You mean the 300? No.
That's just if you lose.
Slow push up mid. Ooh, maybe Mo has just missed the players there. That's a nice grenade. Not deep enough, however. Mo with the AWP. So we saw Mihu versus Pro when there was high activity in the middle area from the opponent on the CT side, bounce the smoke off the above the ladder door to create some space and stop the T's from pushing deep on Cat. Once that smoke disappears, Mo is going to be very compromised. He's compromised already. 2 tap and he's dead.
2 tap.
Welp. Might nearly be the round.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. They're about to arrive on a empty bomb site, so that's always nice. On an empty bomb site. Dosia. Dosia dealing damage.
Alliteration.
Alliteration is king. It's all about the alliteration. It's all about the groups of 3s. So there's going to be 3. List of 3s. It's actually stolen away in AWP. That's pretty huge. And Adren has one as well. And Doja get another kill. Money will be really good regardless, I guess, for G2, but still. That is really, really nice. And I would imagine G2 will realize there's 2 ops. I bet we'll see a set piece. I bet we'll see like a fast A set piece next round.
Dan just called it. Fast A set piece next round for G2.
I would imagine that versus a contact because there are orbs.
I have to correct myself. I'm sorry. Someone told me Uzbekistan is not on the Caspian Sea. It was actually Turkmenistan. Uzbekistan is on the other side of Turkmenistan. So
there's many stands.
It was Azerbaijan to Turkmenistan. Thank you for the correction.
I forgive you, James.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Dan.
They definitely shouldn't do a contact because the ops.
Yeah. Okay, they're actually gonna go default.
Do they know that there's 2?
They do. Dozier had an ump, and then he killed someone with an AWP. They knew Dren was lurking around, and there was an AWP in the ladder room, and that he was in the vicinity. So they didn't see that, but they should assume that. You know, why wouldn't he pick up a dropped AWP?
So they just waited for pushes. So yeah, they totally passive default. They didn't get anywhere aggressive at mid, and they're just gonna go back to a full A. So yeah, it's the same thing.
So
it is.
yeah.
It is.
So we get what we want.
Get exactly.
It's actually good because we can see that Gambit have used a lot of the potential retake nades.
Oh yeah.
As well. That's
They should still execute here because the ops are still up.
Oh.
Oh man, he just missed.
Happening again.
He can still execute. Oh my god.
Fires and missiles. That's what Adren is saying with his AWP in the CT position, waiting for the Palace push. But he's got to be careful because as time ticks on, Dozier doesn't really have an angle towards default, so he would have to drag the crosshair down. Body's being picked off in the meantime. But I don't know if they've seen the bomb just yet. That was cheeky from Kenny. Dozier can trade, but NBK's there as well. And that will leave Adren alone. Last spotted in CT. He will rotate his position. The bomb's not planted for that area. I don't know why he knifes the wall, because that is a free sound cue if the G2 players are close enough. And people do that all too often.
Nice movement. I have a question for you after this, Clutch Launders. Adren is going to make some scoping noises here. Oh, almost missed. So my question to you is that on these set pieces, we're very commonly seeing now that the set piece will exclude the CT smoke. They'll leave CT open.
Yeah.
In this round, obviously, I don't know how ideal it is because it's an AWP, but like, what are your thoughts around that?
No, you don't leave it open when you know they're opping. If they're just playing like some standard thing where you can push CT to fight whoever's there, then you do it. But if they're opping, you smoke them out because it's very dangerous for them to jump up or to like come in through the smoke. They can go triple, but they'll get spammed. But like on that round, they knew there's 2 ops. Clearly went back to the A setup, got the kill. They didn't just like run out. They weren't going to contact. I hope not. So why don't they just throw their a couple of smokes down?
Yeah, I guess the Mixwell got 2 kills. They got super hype, I guess. And I mean, that's one of the things like an emotional team as well. People can get pretty hyped. Also depends on like how strong some voices in the team are as far as calling goes. But anyway, speaking of hype, speaking of chaos, speaking of French domination, another round quickly dealt with as they face the anti-force bite. Anti-eco, sorry. Anti-eco. 8-1. It is very dominant. It's highly dominant. There's much dominance. They are the king of the jungle right now. They are the lions. It's actually amazing watching, like, you know, lions.
What, kill animals?
Just like just the majesty of them.
Oh,
you can really
yeah,
see why they're called the king of the jungle. They look so regal.
They have the presence.
Yeah, it's like it's something about them.
Tag through the wall will be fatal for Kenny S in terms of Mo's response. Oh, nice! That boost is a very early Mirage gimmick, but it comes in now and then. Obviously, you are completely exposed to flashbangs, which is probably why it's fell out of favor, but always nice to have a surprise, especially when you are up against a aggressive lurker towards the B-bomb site, and the AWPs continue. Seems Apex may have spotted a player towards triple here, but he's trying to do more. Wasn't seeing enough to get a kill, and that is quite the run from Gambit. They don't lose a single player, which is crucial.
Another question, Launders, for you. So you saw a flash there, bounced out of the window, very obvious. Can't turn away from that one. There's the you know, the pop flash where you aim it like, just slightly above the window and it bounces out.
Yeah.
And flashes someone who's anywhere towards like the chair position. So any reason why? Because that's super easy to throw.
Oh, why didn't they
why
throw
don't we
it?
see that? You know, that
Yeah, I
right
think
against.
I think they just didn't expect the boost. So like, if they did, that guy would have been blind for sure. They could have thrown that easily. But I think they only threw that control smoke to make sure no one was jumping up to get information on B, because maybe they were going to go back to their A hit. But I don't think they planned on getting much farther than they did right there. So if they weren't double boosted, everyone struggles with that.
44 after plant situation again. And this time we won't see C sort of just darting through the smoke. I mean, he'll die otherwise, but it's still a 4v4. And well, the nades will start to sail in. GT will struggle to hold on to this. They need Apex to win this 1v1. It's very important to win this 1v1. It's a good snap. And now he's got CT spawn to play with. That makes a huge difference, because look where all his teammates are.
Apex losing the duel in CT. Mixwell has to hold on here. Stop the cover towards default. It's not planted for Kenny. He's got to press on. They're on the bomb, and the round has been won by Gambit. Round number 4. Now it's time to back off. Can't really take any more duels. And maybe he needs the money. Indeed, he most certainly does.
Damn, these retakes have been fire.
It's such a big problem. I mean, you can see how powerful it is to have the grenades, because if you've got 3 players stuck at pit, it's just, against 4 CTs, it's just impossible.
That was like the main kill. I mean, I guess Apex could have played in CT more, like, well, he didn't know that no one else was there, so he had to worry about CT as well. But once they lost CT, like, you think, all right, G2 have that, so have this.
Create like a crossfire.
3-player coming from connector, like, how are you supposed to win?
Because that actually splits off 1 or 2 players potentially, as opposed to everyone looking just towards pit. So you do want him to play a bit more delay there, but it's chaotic. They're going for it again. They want to make this work. And Adren is going to deny body. Le body.
Did it again.
Oh no.
Again and again.
Again and again and
Again and again. Tell a friend until the ends.
Oh, here's...
Not looking for a lurker in mid. Maybe because his previous rotation there was nobody mid, so he just forgot to check.
Yeah. No, it's like such a good reason to do that.
4 people alive. We're seeing more and more rotations from T-Spawn towards mid as well. Obviously, it wouldn't be with that timing, but I just wanted to say that. There goes Dozier. 2 rounds left. We'll see if Gambit are in position to buy this round.
And that's the round where, like, where you see it go, like where you see the fact that Siege went very aggressive in a bad spot. That's very expected. Because sometimes teams will just Molotov that. So like, he doesn't even know if he's running into a Molotov or not.
Yeah.
Because the Molotov is very commonly there in the set piece. And if it's not, then
Hey, if
it's
they-
so in the meta. You know, it's
Yeah. And then, like, if they don't throw the Molotov, if you're being invited to push that, I mean, you should also be worried about
yeah,
that.
yeah. It's pretty much not a good spot against a very top team there. Unless you got players on the site, unless you got flashes going in, unless there's something else going on. But just a dry run through is.
It's especially egregious because he didn't get away with it last round, got completely owned, and it was the same A take, and it's the exact same. His teammate just died. Fool me once, kind of thing. You know, like you can't really excuse him for that one.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, I'm an idiot.
Minute 10. So we might see an engagement towards the ramp, although Dren's moving back. He's limited in range. Palace player NBK. Oh, Dren, free sound cue for G2. So now they know, well, they think somebody is in a shadow position, but he's actually backed off all the way towards CT, but oh no, he's rotating towards B. Okay, so they're going to gamble stack, which is fine. Put everything together, try and do a lot to one side rather than a bit here and a bit there.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Oh, would you look at that? Oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, I'm sure Adren must have been able to see him.
They're looking for Adren because of that sound cue earlier on. He's got the third shot in him, and he can disappear behind that smoke. And that's going to be a distraction to allow Dozier to pick up a kill. All of a sudden, we're in a 2 versus 2, partly because Adren made one sound under the shadow position earlier on. Nice flick from him onto NBK, and Apex is in a lot of trouble.
Oh, this is a pretty big play. Over the top of the smoke, this is very nice. Very, very nice. And a wide peek, just a very simple wide peek, go for the frag, confidence. Apex does it.
That was sick, yeah. That was sick. The default box is really good for peeking that like left side connector and just seeing over the smoke. And the smoke makes it causes some air of doubt as to whether or not the person is still sitting on default, or if he's crossed a triple, or he plans to peek the right side of triple. Just connects those two boxes to make a giant box, right?
Love big boxes.
And
I love box.
he abused that.
That's a very good smoke for defense on the side. Oh! Line him up!
Oh.
Line him up.
Unloco Maluco. Unloco Maloko.
Where's the enthusiasm if you're Unlocko? You can't just say Unlocko. You'll be like, Unlocko! Unlocko!
No, I said it like JW.
Oh. Never mind.
Devoid of enthusiasm.
It's a very deep voice.
JW.
Does he have a really deep voice?
He does have a very deep voice.
He talks at the lower end of his voice.
It's surprisingly deep.
This is a unsurprisingly shallow round for Gambit. They're in a paddling pool. And all the gold is at the bottom in a deep blue sea.
They're about to burst the inflatable thing.
The armbands.
Something like that.
The armbands.
Something's gonna go wrong. Or
What's the thing they put around the waist?
Rubber ring.
Rubber ring.
Bells.
But they call it in America. They call it something else, right?
The inflatable ring that children wear.
Oh, like
The hoop thing.
a
He doesn't know.
floaty. We call it a floaty.
A floaty. So it's a terrible description.
Is there something wrong with that?
Yeah.
That seems like the most apt description.
It's a generic name. What is...
That's what it does.
Yeah, but it's one of many things which floats, isn't it? And also,
Yeah, but it's like cute. So it's like floaty. Usually
I can actually see that
some type of sea
you know,
creature.
We'll just move away from this. KNS has put an end to that half in style for an 11-4 scoreline for G2.
Let's Mixwell with the 21 kills this time.
Okay.
Mixwell, always a great addition to any team.
That is amazing. Thank you, Kenny S, for that. Thank you. Merci beaucoup.
Garçon, oui, oui.
Petit
Right.
déjeuner.
Will they win the pistol? Incendiary and flash for MBK. That's cool. That's gonna be very useful on the B-bomb side, because his job really is only to delay. And so, oh, this is also a nice angle. So yeah, his job is only to delay really. But he has to find the timing when they're actually going for it and not just teasing it out. And so like the counter for them is like for like one guy to sort of just like walk with it. Here we go. There it is. It's just way too deep. Let's see if we get some headshots. Just one. But that incendiary was ultimately useless.
I'm so shocked he didn't throw that earlier. He like went one extra jump. I was like, oh my god, you're gonna die, man.
Yeah, because you can't throw it so it collides with them. It has to be in front of them, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think on a pistol, the HE is better, because if you buy the molly on CT, you can't buy anything else. What is this? Retake from the CT side. It's not supposed to go like this, and Hobbit will run to his doom. Yeah, CT incendiary grenade is $600, which means molly and a flash. So I feel like a HE grenade would be more effective. That said, I mean, you could argue, but what's the point of the HE grenade if most kills are by headshot? Well, you'll get more kills, theoretically, not by headshot, if you don't have to shoot them 6 or 7 times if they're full health. So I would get a HE in there.
I think what's weird, I think he just obviously didn't know like how close they were, but he could have thrown the Molotov on the floor by default. That disrupts the tease for 7 seconds. They don't know what to do.
that's true. That's really true. Yeah.
He could have thrown it on the top of the balcony, forced him to come out of the window. Then he doesn't have to look at it. But
Yeah.
it needs to go down way earlier.
But he
Even
was
if it-
basically there on his own as well. And I
Yeah.
think like if you're going to use a Molotov and you want to funnel them, you need somebody there with like a CZ to exploit that funnel. But on his own, I don't think the dots are so connected. They're not in a matrix.
Yeah, they're doing some damage in this round, but ultimately they cannot get the bomb down and they cannot win the round. But they've put some pressure on GT's economy. The only issue is that on their first buy rounds, they only really have like one really, well, they only have like 2 solid chances to win the game here. But to like bring it back, that is, sorry, I apologize. So here is try number 1, and G2 will be well aware that Gambit will be light on grenades if they see a lot of AKs. Big push. Maxwell, the man with the 21 kills, is going to get shot in the face.
Oh no.
23 kills, in fact, sorry.
4 AKs for Gambit. Aggression continues. Dozier's going for a stroll. He knows a place by a triple and outmaneuvers body. Oh, that's a lovely tap to finish things off. But putting the knife out maybe not the best idea. I think he wanted to quickly get under cover, but it cost him literally and figuratively. NBK alone versus 3, 2 of which are in T-spawn. It seems Hobbit will go to seek information there. And moving into Palace, maybe he will see that A is clear while NBK rotates towards B.
NBK, by the way, has very, very, very good mouse control, mechanics, crosshair placement, like all that stuff in NBK's game is like very obvious. You never see his mouse somewhere which is not useful. Even in transition, when he doesn't know what's going on, it'll always be in very specifically useful spots. You can see him visualizing ahead of time before he actually is on the angle. These are the kinds of practices you need to get on top of if you're an amateur player looking to improve.
So as you can see, Hobbit has investigated A. The flashbang will entertain NBK for a time. And the bomb will make its way out of Palace to plant on A.
And one other quick note as well about NBK and the way he's pre-aiming stuff. In his mind's eye, he's visualizing a player. Every time he pre-aims an angle, he's seeing like a ghost of a player. So he's already halfway there. And that's another good trick. Visualization, you'll hear that commonly talked about in sports psychology to increase reaction times.
I visualize myself naked on a horse with a sword in my hands.
Nice. It sounds like a Old
In a field.
Old Spice advert.
Running through a flaming field, like flames to the left, flames to the right. I don't want the horse to be on fire. Just beasting. Just being a beast.
Well, if there's just smoke everywhere, you could...
Suffocate and die?
Yeah, it'd be bad.
Well, the horse is undead, of course. It's an undead horse.
But James, though,
What?
he's not undead.
No, but the horse will be. Well, James is not going to... Actually,
There's no deads.
You might get
you have
smoke
really bad
inhalation
asthma,
and
James.
die.
You don't want to be around
Yeah,
smoke.
that much smoke.
I wear a cycling mask.
Yeah, but that wouldn't look as majestic.
Oh, well, the smoke will just go... It's like when you part the Red Sea, isn't it? Smoke's over there, it's over there. It's not over here, though, is it? It's over there.
That's not how air works, though.
It is when I'm on a horse and I'm naked.
In your dreams.
It's a fair point. So I can't contest this.
It's infallible logic.
Can't really run any studies, but it's a very fast round from Gambit. They're going to take mid-control very quickly, and BK will investigate. But what will he find? Will he find someone to check? Will he peek connector? He will. Not sure if he saw the connector player, maybe on the radar. MBK the only guy with anything. He has a flashbang. There are some very strong high flashes you can throw from his position where he was, which will blind basically everyone in middle. And you kind of can't see them coming because they just go over your screen. And everyone's going to rotate to MBK. I like this really because MBK's the guy with the gun. Protect him. He's like a VIP. They're essentially playing protect the VIP now.
Yeah, all the info for the stack. It's obviously going to be a B split, right?
I like this angle. You don't ever see that boost on CT.
Adren's clearing A, so they're going to figure this out before they go into B. They're not going to go into the stack, it seems. The funny thing is, there's no need for Dozier to do that. To do this, no need. There's absolutely no need.
Because they know it's clear at A.
And the thing is that by doing it, he does give away an AK, which is now savable by the CTs.
There's actually a player A ramp that they don't know about. Never mind.
He sees now has to protect the AK. Will he succeed?
Ooh, he's got most of his health. I think he's good for it. And there's the last player spotted. MBK's picked up an M4. Or he has an M4.
Ooh, nice. Does that bounce off the skybox?
Yeah, it would have, but I don't know where it lands.
That would be quite
The other side of the pillar.
That would be really cool. 13-6.
Bop, bop.
Pip me bop.
Beep and bop.
Pip me bop.
What are you saying?
I'm trying to say pip me
Korean
bop.
food.
Pip me bop, pip
I
me
know what
bop.
Korean food is. I know what bibimbap is. I don't know what he was saying. That's the difference.
Lorna's got it. He was on it.
You two are super nerds.
It's not too far from the truth.
What goes on here?
I love waiting for a push there, but it almost never comes. And when it does, I almost never kill someone.
So
I feel like I deserve more offerings for sacrifice, more goats.
I guess when you're playing Pugs too, it's way less likely people are going to want to push mid because you actually do want proper team play behind it, I guess.
Or someone.
And a lot of people don't know how to like play.
You need the right person.
Mid.
I
Yeah.
think that was fake news. I think running up mid is very calm. If I'm in a pug, I'm running up mid a lot.
I do it, but
like if I think a team is doing something, I'm not gonna take too much time to like worry about if they're gonna come late mid or trap me or something like that.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying you need the right person to do it. You need to have a read on the game that you're playing. But if you just do it at random, then it may lead into trouble. Hobbit with some interesting hopping. Avoiding being headshot. He can spray. He has much advantage, many an advantage. Well, here we go. Gambit have closed the gap somewhat, but they still have a 6-round deficit with G2 3 rounds away from victory here, 13-7. Here's the score. For those of you on ham radio. Mixwell and Kenny S will be sniping twice as nice. Mixwell, not a big fan of being the primary sniper, so he gets to say he's the second one and still deliver some kills. Kenny shooting between two players behind a smoke on the catwalk.
It's a lot of information they gave up at mid once he took that shot. Like, they don't have anyone on cat, and the rest of them are passive, right? Where's their number 5 man? Is he up on? Okay. So at least he is here spotting.
Gambit at middle now. Apex might be convinced to go for a peek. There's an opportunity for MBK to get a flash into mid and to make a play if he wants to, but G2, they're 5-5. They don't have to be too crazy. Apex holding off connector. But they know someone's in connector, and that does tell you a lot. If there's someone in connector, there's no cap presence, the A split is incredibly likely. G2 have the information to work that out now. They've seen everything they need to understand this. But they're still playing very passive. MBK is still watching catwalk because it's open. which means that Mixwell has to stay watching apartments for MBK. So 3 players to defend this A push.
Lots of flashbangs. Ooh, Mo saves his teammate. Sees was completely blind. Is he looking for Body? Maybe he is, but he won't win the duel. And the fight rages on the A side. Body, they know he's here, trying to do something. Mixwell will save him for a second, but he will eventually go down. 1 versus 2, resetting the situation. Hobbit out in the open with the bomb! And 15 seconds! What has happened to this round? What have they done? Oh!
Why would they chase that? I don't know.
He's so good!
That looked really bad, though.
That was really bad, but that was a great flick. Okay. That was really nice, but then...
What on earth? I don't know if he, like... Did he run and collect the bomb on the way? Did he know he had the bomb?
Even if he didn't know he had the bomb, he shouldn't have been trying to take that fight alone.
Yeah.
Because if he does, his team is 1v1.
Yeah, but, I mean, with the time on the clock as well, what in the blazes was that?
That was the flash talking about the MBK just 3. Really easy, really nice. This is a great start from G2. They get early round damage. They take down a Dread. Kenny S being with his just like moving into apartments now. New position with the orb. They haven't had any reason to suspect there would be an AWP there. This is a really bad look for Gambit in this round. Maybe they're raging.
I wonder if this smoke is deliberate from Kenny S.
Oh! He called him out on which side he would peek. That was a good read.
I wonder. I feel like Kenny S tried to shoot him the first time.
Yeah.
And switched too
And
fast.
yeah.
I agree.
Happens every so often. Rarely, but every so often. And perhaps that's the lifeline if Hobbit checks Sandwich. Because... Oh dear, there's a free kill for him. And the bomb is still rotating. What does he do with this smoke? Trying to delay the use of that smoke because the rotation's so long. The smoke would have probably come and gone by the time he gets there. So he can hold on to it for a time. And then allow him to plant for this. Maybe Dozier goes for... Well, where's he going to plant from actually? Maybe he goes for another rotation. He can't plant for CT, so it will be the short plant. Does he run back to the mid position? That would be really awesome, especially now it's a 2 versus 1. He's going to the ramp. Will he continue though?
Ooh. Depends when that flash popped, but doesn't seem fully ready for this.
Didn't expect the angle, and indeed that is a lifeline for Gambit, and great that it's Hobbit to do it after the nightmare of that previous round.
They still have to. This is force buy probably from G2, and so no force buy. They must surely like they have to. They got 2 players on like $59, so there it is. So Gambit win that round, but honestly, this force buy could be really scary here. G2 are always one of the best teams, if not the best team in the world with these buys. Like even better than like a Fnatic or something, for whatever reason. Ooh, Apex a little bit too quick. Apex is someone, I guess maybe like Stewie, but nowhere close because no one is. That has like this internal clock that goes much faster than everyone else. Do you understand what I mean? I mean, Launders, do you?
Timing, right?
What is on the clock?
So basically like the pacing of your general play. I feel like Stewie is like the most active player. In like a 1v1, he's gonna make loads more decisions, loads more movement, be way more energetic than anyone else he's up against. And I feel like Apex is one of these players as well. Very energetic, very aggressive, very important 1v1 because if he can win this, there it is, he gets the gun, but not just the gun. The rotation with the bomb is coming towards A. They don't have too much time, so they're somewhat committed here. Body can win the round. The money smoke on pit, that is not what you want to see if you're Gambit.
They're upset.
That's BG's.
They got 3
That's BG's,
Molotovs,
man.
they got full exact. They know they're going to run into a stack.
The
here.
footsteps they're making as well. Okay, Mo. Okay, Kenny. 17 seconds. How much does he want to engage here? Get that reload in. The mollies are out. Oh, that's a huge headshot from him.
10 seconds.
10 seconds to plant this bomb. There is
The
nowhere
molly.
that's safe. We've got MBK slowly coming up the connector position, going for the default plant, but why is he planting on that side? Oh, stop the to avoid the spray. It's a genius risk take from C's. The last bullet away from Body, and now someone versus one. He knows where Body is. Oh, surely C's at the advantage here, surely. Oh, what a ridiculous round. What a ridiculous sequence of events, but I don't know, maybe MVP for C's for planting on the other side of default to avoid the spray. Otherwise, that was guaranteed G2 get the round with that spray.
So true. So true. That was that. Yeah, small decision, but saved him from... Saved the round. Saved the round. On top of winning the 1v1.
That was mental.
Nice shots from Kenny.
That was a great round. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed this.
Pog champion.
Pistols for G2. It is that round. See if Kenny can get more done with the deagle. That was quite fun indeed.
Yes, yes. Y'all. I like saying y'all sometimes.
Y'all.
Y'all. It's kind of...
You're saying yeah.
The way you say it sounds like you're making fun of people who say
You're saying y'all. It's got to be like y'all. Oh.
Okay, never mind.
It's like you're gargling. Like you're gargling mouthwash, y'all.
Is that your gargling mouthwash face?
Well, no, I think he needs to gargle mouthwash to say y'all.
Lead more to that.
I don't need to say it
Right.
to do it, but he does.
Y'all.
Oh man.
What?
It's in the right direction, but you do sound like
You
joking
sound like
at
an
the same
alien
time.
from Futurama or something.
You guys are sending me mixed messages.
Got to
here.
say it like King of the Hill. King of the Hill. What's it? Hank would say.
King of the Hill.
Hank.
Oh my
Yeah. Propane.
yeah.
I sell propane and propane accessories. Dang it, Bobby.
Man, that is... There's so many people that would have no idea what that is.
King of the Hill?
Yeah. It's pretty old. Pretty damn old.
Oh my god, I guess it is, yeah.
It's really old. Like, for me, when I saw it on TV, I was like, this is too old for me.
Whoa.
I was like, I can't do this. This is boring.
That's just Mike Judge. Like his shows just look so, they're so weird.
Y'all.
Man, please step out of the vehicle.
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 I love that. Vehicle. I might watch some King of the Hill.
Have you
Get
seen
some
it?
episodes for the plane.
Have you seen King of the Hill?
Have I seen
You brought
King
it
of the
up.
Hill?
No, you brought it up.
Yeah.
I
They'll do here. We haven't seen too many mid aggressions. They haven't. We saw Apex, I think, once or twice in Underpass. Maybe just once, and that was on a force buy with the CZ and the flash. So we saw Kenny S in a recent round pushing the B apps, and he got a pick with the AWP as well. So
do that again.
that would be good, I think.
It's got that window spawn. It's kind of a waste sometimes on Mirage just because you don't really get an opening all that often anymore.
But if you do the jump to catch,
Oh!
now life is.
Oh my god.
Now life is so much worse. Life is so much worse if you fail that jump. Oh, they're going to walk out Palace for 3 men. You gotta love that, but the spray is pretty darn good from Apex. They are going to stop this. The AWP is in place. Oh no.
That was a
Unlucky Co.
yeah. Unlucko Malucko. Malucko. I don't know. That was a perfect setup to stop the 3 people coming out of Palace. I don't think they expected there to be too close to a ramp.
It's quite fortunate in the sense that Kenny failed the jump because he was very incentivized to take cover into connector afterwards as well, as opposed to just posting on cat.
That's true.
So it just, that was just a series of misfortune for Gambit.
Does he go for it, Kenny? Oh, no.
I thought he did.
He went for it, but no. I've got some flicks to upload after this match. Keep on my Twitter. If you want to learn how to be a beast. Maybe we'll see the beast from Apex. Nope, just the 1 kill from him, and Hobbit has control of connector and half of A. You can see it forces Body into a corner, but Body is a dab hand with a sharp weapon. Not on this occasion, though. The pistol will be mightier than the Kalashnikov. MBK painting a rainbow in the sky. How pretty. 2 on 2. Mixwell in the short position. MBK moving back to CT, moving back to a retake position. Lovely spray from Mixwell! And there is the match.
Wow, that's pretty nice. By the way, James, if it was anyone but you that said he's painting a rainbow in the sky, I would. Whilst watching Counter Strike, I'd be a bit suspicious.